Yeah, hi everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the CMDB and Discovery training sessions. How are you doing, guys?
Good, Rajat. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so I hope you are prepared for the question sessions today, right? So as we mentioned earlier, or I mentioned earlier, okay, today is the last sessions where we are going to be discuss your all issues which you are facing. So let's start the discussion on those particular points.
So, Ajay, when I have created like CI, I
Mhm.
mean, in CI class manager one CI, when I have created, so that got
Mhm.
created in the infrastructure. So then, but I don't know how I it got created. When I try to, like in pattern, when I try to do through, when I selected by giving application, so I could not find that. So then I try to find
Can
when I search.
uh,
Yeah.
So can you share your screen and showcase me what you did and what is created and where it is created?
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, it will take few minutes to be wake it up.
Hmm. Wait.
So
So
basic thing is you discovered a CI, right?
I just like open the CI, then I selected, I mean server something. Then I try to create a class. Okay.
Hmm.
Then like I just given the name and table name. Then extended. Just I click on extended. That checkbox is there, no? So I clicked,
Hmm.
and then attribute I didn't add anything. Then I just clicked on next, and then submit. And then it
Hmm.
is created in the infrastructure, because then I went to pattern to create a pattern.
Hmm.
But when I searched by giving application, it didn't come that table is. Then I thought like,
Right. So it's by mistake you created that particular table or that class in infrastructure table, right? So let me share my screen quickly. Meanwhile, your is coming up. Let me share. Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
yes, we can see also.
Okay, so I'm going to the CI class manager. Or let me open the preference as well. Right. So, basically, that particular CI class manager gives the complete view of our CMDB classes whenever or wherever that particular classes is going to be used, right? So, if we when we need to be understand the correct problem statement where we have to be create the custom table or custom class while we are doing anything, right? So let's take an example. We have a hardware table, right? So hardware table is for most of the time for infrastructure or hardware related CIs, right? So in hardware related CIs we have everything, right? If we go and dig down in computer, we can see computer related things, and if we're going to dig down a little bit on server, then we can see the related servers and all other things, right? And that same way we have all other informations like network gear is there, where IP firewall, IP routers, IP switch is there, right? So whatever type we are going to be, we can create, we can do that, following, we can follow the particular steps, right? The same way, whatever class you are creating, and when you are going to be create a new pattern, let's take an example. I'm going to be here. So whatever you are doing here, based on that, you are able to select that particular class here. So if it is application, definitely application related tables will showcase you here. These are the application related tables. How you can identify these are the application related tables or not? Simply go here, type application, right? So if I go to applications, under applications, these are the tables, all tables, right? So let's take an example of one single table, .NET application, right? CMDB CI APPL.NET. If I go to the pattern designer, my first application is .NET AD domain. If I go here and again go to the application AD domain, right? So I think if I'm not wrong, you can search directly AD domain, this one, right? So again, it's coming with under application infrastructure services AD domain, but this is an application, right? The same way, whatever we are going to be do, that we have to be create the CI the particular class in particular, or in under of parent, particular under of parent class, basically, right? So it's basically, it matters to understand where we are creating. If it is an application, that should be going to be created in application. If it is an infrastructure, that should be created in infrastructure. And if it is in cloud resource, so cloud resource, again, it's exposing to the all tables. It's exposing to all tables means the cloud tables, right? So that can be like, if you see AWS cloud, ECS cluster, service, task, formation. So we need to be understand that is small gap or small difference between the class while you are creating, like, now let's take an example. Your customer is saying, Gayatri, I need to discover a database, okay? Where you are going to be create the class, a custom class, if you need to create, in which section, or in which in which under, in which table you have to create the database? Any idea?
So under which class? I didn't
Yeah,
get it.
under which parent class you are going to be create a database custom table?
For what device? I'm
Database, device type is database.
mm, like any server.
No, it should be under database only. So if you type here database, we have 14, or you know so these are the database, CMDB CI database are there. If I go here, what you want to be, you have to be create under database instance, right? So database instance is there, and in the database instance we have all type of database, right? Like, cloud cache database, DB instance, DB2, DynamoDB table, and Formex, MS SQL. These are the database. So under database instance, you have to create a new class, add a child table, because if you are not following the correct hierarchy or correct parent table under which you are creating, definitely it will create the issues, and you will not trigger the correct pattern for that. That is just simple thought process which we have to use here, that we have to be understand that one, right? Now my next question, we have a application, uh, Azure example, Azure Informatica, right? Where you are going to be create that application class that is not out of the box available.
Under application.
Yes, right. So under application, definitely, while customer is discussing with you, you have to be understand with him itself ki, sir, which what type of device it is. It's a database, it's a server, it's an application, it's a network device, it's a router, it's a switch, it's a load balancer, what it is exactly, what is the use of it, why you want to be discovering service now. Means, till the time you're not asking the questions to the customer, you are not able to identify where the CI or custom class need to be created if required. And again, custom class is not the solutions every time. You have to be understood. Do we really required to be create a custom class? Are we, that is out of the box not available? We cannot use that any other out of the box class to populate the data. Before creating the custom class, we need to be understand each and everything, and after complete analysis, then we need to be think if that is not possible and customer is pushing to create, or the data should be available in separate class, and then they are going to be make a relationship with other different type of devices, then you have to be create a custom class only. It's not like we go straight forward and create a custom class. No, we had to analyze each and everything before creating a custom class. Okay, now let me take you ask you one more question. We have a network device. Okay, the network device is XYZ router, that out of the box not available, where you are going to be create a custom class for that if required.
It's network.
Right, so that there is one table, network gear. Right, so if I type here network gear, so this is the parent table for all type of network device. Under that you are going to be create, right? But now there is one more thing. If customer is saying that is a router, so if I go to router, if you see, so example, I'm just digging down that one. So if it is a router, then you have to create child class under router itself. If it is a firewall, you have to create a child class under firewall. So there, if you see, Cisco firewall are there, Fortinet, Juniper, Palo Alto. And if customer says that XYZ type of firewall also required to be discovered, and that needs to be stored in different table, then you have to go to that particular specific class. Right. So whatever customer is giving you any hint, you can come here and search it. Like let's take an example, customer giving you hint like server. So you can go server, try to assess all informations, what is capturing in the server, what type of backup server, what is servers, and under servers we have load balancers, what type of load balancer it is, what type of server hardware it is. So just try to assess each information. If customer says no, it's a virtual machine. Right, so you just type virtual. So if you are typing virtual, there are a couple of things: virtual machine object, virtualization server, Hyper-V, virtual gateway, virtual cloud, virtual server array. So just try to go each of one to understand what it is and where the data is going to be stored. If I'm talking about virtual machine host, that directly comes on configuration item, and the table is CMDB VM host, right? So we need to be assess the particular situation. We need to be understand the whole information where we want to be stored, what is the use of it, what type of that particular device, application, database, network things, and based on that we have to make a call. Do we really require to create a custom class? Okay, I hope that is clear now.
Yes, Ajay.
No
So
issues,
when
definitely.
I
Bolliye.
yeah, when I have created that got created in under infrastructure. But like I created under server, so it got created.
Right. So server is a infrastructure, right? If you want to create for application, you have to must create under the application table only. That is a small difference. That's what I'm saying. Look, you know if in simple word, if I say for any organizations to run anything. related to IT. That four things required, right? One is infrastructure, second is network things, third is application, fourth is database, and the virtualization systems, right? These are the five things required by any organization. That's why that is going to be segregated in different things and different tables. Getting my point? So
Yes,
we
sir.
have to be understand that particular things as well. Okay, now आगे next बताइए.
और जब हम डुप्लीकेट सीआई मार्क करते हैं ना, तब वो रेमिडिएट डुप्लीकेट टास्क उसको फॉलो करना पड़ता है, या ऐसे नहीं कर सकते क्या? लाइक ऑपरेशनल स्टेटस एंड इंस्टेंस स्टेटस वो डायरेक्टली, मतलब वो
नहीं
रिटायर्ड के हो?
नहीं 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 डुप्लीकेट्स. अब मैं आपको, मेरी स्क्रीन देख रही है ना, डी डुप्लीकेशंस के बारे में बताता हूँ दोबारा से. So deduplication task, right? So basically, what is the mean of deduplication task? अगर मैं यहाँ पर देखूँ, मेरे पास 141 रिकॉर्ड्स हैं कंप्यूटर टेबल में. क्यों हैं? क्योंकि उन सभी टेबल में उन सभी का नाम मैकबुक एयर 13 है. अब मैं इसको आपको दिखाता हूँ, एक सेकेंड. That issues you definitely comes, while you're working, right? See, अभी सबका नाम मैकबुक एयर 13 है, 141 रिकॉर्ड हैं. बट अगर आप देखो यहाँ पर, सबका सीरियल नंबर डिफरेंट है, राइट? सबके असाइन टू डिफरेंट है. सो एज पर दिस, दैट आर नॉट डुप्लीकेट. But why they are tagged or identified as a duplicate? Because in identification rules, name is one of the identifier entries. Based on that, we identifies these are duplicate. Now you have to take actions on it, but what action you have to be required, right? So there are 141 records, right? While you are going to be remediate, the remediator workflow will start. Now there are two things. You can also create your custom remediation workflow. While you're creating, you can add that one, right? If not, then you can use the out of the box one. Here it will help to remediate the CIs. अब समझिए, अगर आपके पास दो डुप्लीकेट चीजें हैं, let me give an example. You have two pen example. तो आप क्या करेंगे? आपके पास दो पेन है सेम कंपनी के, सेम टाइप के, और सेम आप कलर के, और एग्जांपल वो सेम उनका ब्लू पेन एग्जांपल. सो आप क्या करेंगे उन दोनों का? आप दोनों पेनों को रखेंगे जब आपको जरूरत है एक की. व्हाट यू शुड डू?
एक को रख के
एक को रखोगे, एक को फेंक दोगे, या फिर
हाँ.
आप एक को रखोगे और एक को इन स्टॉक या रिटायर्ड कर दोगे कि अभी के लिए इसको सेफ रखते हैं, बाद में जरूरत होगी तो निकाल लेंगे, राइट? या फिर पॉइंट ये है कि अगर आपको दूसरे पेन का कवर अच्छा लग रहा है, उसका कैप अच्छा लग रहा है, तो आप क्या करोगे? पुराने वाले पेन में से कवर और कैप हटा के नए वाले पेन का डाल लोगे और उसको एक बना दोगे और एक को डिस्बर्स कर दोगे, राइट? द सेम वे वी आर डूइंग इन द डुप्लीकेशन टास्क एज वेल. क्या होता है कि जब आपके पास दो CIs है और हमें पता है कि दोनों CIs के नेम, सीरियल नंबर सब कुछ मैच कर रहा है, देन वी आर थिंकिंग कि किस में ज़्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन है, किस CI से वी विल गेट दैट इंफॉर्मेशन. लेट मी शोकेस यू दिस वन एग्जांपल.
तो वो इंफॉर्मेशन यूजर बोलेंगे कि कौन
नहीं
सा
नहीं नहीं,
ये?
हाँ डेफिनेटली यूजर बोलेगा, बट वाइल यू आर डूइंग रिमीडिएशन यू कैन इजिली आइडेंटिफाइड. सी, अभी मैं दो CIs हैं, ठीक है, कंप्यूटर टेबल में है, दोनों के सीरियल नंबर सेम है, ओके? अब आप देखिए यहाँ पे, जब आप, मैं यहाँ पे हूँ, तो एक है न्यूएस्ट अपडेटेड और एक है मोस्ट रिलेटेड आइटम्स ओल्डेस्ट क्रिएटेड, पर दोनों सेम है. अभी नया कौन सा क्रिएट हुआ है मेरा? ये अभी हुआ है 18th ऑफ फरवरी 2012 को, राइट। और अपडेट भी हुआ है रिसेंटली, और ये अपडेट हुआ है 10/4 को, मतलब 1 महीने पहले, राइट। और ये अपडेट हुआ है रिसेंटली। अब मैं किसको यूज करूंगा? जो मेरा लेटेस्ट है, लेटेस्ट वाला ये है मेरा। आई विल मेक दैट पर्टिकुलर एज ए प्राइमरी और मेन CI। ओके, अब मैं आता हूं नेक्स्ट पॉइंट पे। नेक्स्ट, रिमीडिएट मैन्युअली करने गया। अब यहाँ पर ये वैल्यूज बता रहा है कि इनकी वैल्यूज आपने मेन CI सिलेक्ट किया जिसको, और जो दूसरा CI है उसकी वैल्यूज अलग है। अब उसकी वैल्यू ऑपरेशनल स्टेटस यहाँ पे ऑपरेशनल है, यहाँ पर क्या है? ब्लैंक है, तो आपको ब्लैंक वैल्यू नहीं चाहिए। सेकंड, OS सर्विस पैक यहाँ पे ब्लैंक है, बट यहाँ पे सर्विस पैक की वैल्यू है, यूज दिस वन, कि सर्विस पैक 2 सिलेक्ट हो गया, ठीक है। CPU मैन्युफैक्चर आपके यहाँ पे ब्लैंक है, बट आपके दूसरे रिकॉर्ड में वैल्यू है इंटेल, उसको सिलेक्ट कर लीजिए। इंस्टॉल्ड ऑलरेडी है रैम, रैम आपके यहाँ पे ब्लैंक है, यहाँ पर रैम है, इसको सिलेक्ट कर लीजिए। CPU नेम, इसको सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए। मीन्स whatever the information you feel you are able to get from other record or other CI, then try to get that information to merge in a single record or in a main CI, right? अभी मैंने सारी वैल्यू कर ली। नेक्स्ट जाता हूं, यहाँ पर सबकी वैल्यू है, यहाँ पे CPU काउंट 1 है, यहाँ पे CPU काउंट 2 है। अब ये वाला एक क्वेश्चन आता है, व्हाट इज द करेक्ट काउंट ऑफ CPU 1 और 2, राइट? देन यू हैव टू चेक विद द कस्टमर कि सर यहाँ पे CPU काउंट 1 है, यहाँ पे CPU काउंट 2 है, व्हाट इज द करेक्ट? और you have to rely on the discovery. If one CI or main CI is discovered by ServiceNow discovery, then you have simply ignore the another CI values, whatever that are coming, because that can be possible, that is manually updated, but here that particular things is coming from the discovery, and discovery will populate the correct things, right? Versions is there, so you can merge that one, right? So now you can see I have populated all the values and merge the attribute from second CI to the main CI. Okay, now I have to click on the next. Here, relationships, if you feel you want to merge the relationships, you can select those relationships and update here. So whatever relationships available on the second CI, that should be merged with the first CI automatically. Next, अब आपको करना क्या है? Now what actions you required to take on the second CI? For the one action is delete. You can simply delete it, means that record will not exist in the computer table. Or set attribute custom value, you can put non-operational. Let me open the CI. Do we have? Yes, one moment. No, this not this one. Oh, I open this one. Yeah. Right, so let me showcase you. Serial number is this, right? These are the two records, right? If you see, एक का status अभी DX सीरीज वाले का स्टेटस अभी ऑपरेशनल और इंस्टॉल्ड है, और एक का ब्लैंक है। नाउ वी आर डुप्लीकेट, वी आर सेटिंग द एट्रीब्यूट स्टेटस, ऑपरेशनल स्टेटस, राइट? We can put non-operational, or let's put retired. We can add one more, installed status is retired. Okay, now so जैसे मैंने बताया कि या तो हम डिलीट करेंगे या उसको रिटायर्ड कर देंगे, या कुछ और स्टेटस हमें चेंज करना है, दैट वी कैन पुट इट, राइट? इंस्टॉक करना है या कुछ और करना है, देन वी दैट्स अप टू अस, राइट? देन वी पुट नेक्स्ट एंड वी कैन स्टार्ट रिमीडिएट। सो वंस रिमीडिएशन डन, ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ पर क्या होगा, स्टेटस उसका चेंज हो जाएगा। लेट मी शोकेस यू, लेट्स कंप्लीट दैट वन। See, so one status is operational retired, or another one is blank earlier, but it's updated as a retired. So अगर हमारे CI का स्टेटस, ऑपरेशनल स्टेटस और इंस्टॉल स्टेटस रिटायर्ड है, नाउ whenever our deduplication task job will execute it, that will not count as a duplicate record. Now we remediate the duplicate one, right? And we just did that one. and whatever actions we take, everything is completed successfully, and you can see everything is going to be updated here. हमने क्या किया है, रिकंसाइल किया इन पर्टिकुलर एट्रीब्यूट को, ये वैल्यूज हमने चेंज की, राइट, एवरीथिंग शुड बी अपडेटेड हियर. हमने ऑपरेशन स्टेटस मेंशन किया, रिटायर्ड, everything is done. Now it's work in progress, earlier it's pending. Once we verified that one, we can go and close complete. Sorry, close complete. If close complete, that means we have successfully remediate one deduplication task. That is the simple procedures which we have to be followed. Or we have to take a call with customer as well before performing any remediation thing, because if the customer is new and you are not aware ki, what is the main CI which I need to be captured. First of all, you try to understand or see the logs, or try to understand what when the CI is discovered, and what is the discovery source of that CI, in which table that are available. It's the correct table that is CI is available. So you need to be understand those things, and based on that you have to take a call with customer. Okay, sir, we have identified that duplicate record which I seen created, that are it's wrongly created, or that are created correctly, because we have not followed those particular things, so we have to be fix it. Simple. So I hope it's clear to you, Gayatri, now.
Yes.
So
So we
somehow,
can.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. So CI, like if it is duplicate or not. So first we need to check that IR. I mean identification section, right?
No, no, identification will be checked, but before that, we need to be understand is the actual duplicate. Let's take an example. I will give you one more example here. See,
Because sometimes if same name will be same, then also it could not. It is not duplicate. Uh,
right, because we need to be understand it's not duplicate means name same है, but वो name हमारे पास, जैसे कि एग्जांपल मैं आपको दोबारा दिखाता हूँ. अभी आप ये देखिए, यहाँ पर ये सारे प्रिंटर्स हैं, 960 इंकजेट इंकजेट इंकजेट, कोई सीरियल नंबर नहीं है, कोई आईपी एड्रेस नहीं है, मैन्युफैक्चरर कैनन है, मॉडल ये है, प्रिंटर टाइप ये है, और यहाँ पर अगर मैं और सारे एट्रीब्यूट ऐड कर देता हूँ, एग्जांपल मुझे अब देखिए, मैं मेरी जब एनालिसिस मैं करता हूँ, मैं कैसे करता हूँ, मैंने क्या करा, सारे एट्रीब्यूट ऐड कर दिए जस्ट टू चेक कि क्या डिफरेंट है यहाँ पर, जिससे मैं ये पता कर सकूँ कि ये डुप्लीकेट है कि नहीं है, राइट. सो नाम मुझे सेम मिल रहा है, नेम के हिसाब से डुप्लीकेट है, बिकॉज आईआरई रूल में नेम को यूज किया गया है. ठीक है, अभी सबकी क्लास मॉडल आईडी सेम है, सब कुछ सेम है. यहाँ पर मुझे जो मिला एसेट, ये भी सेम है, बट एसेट टैग अलग है सबका. यहाँ पे देखिए एसेट टैग सबका अलग है, ठीक है, बट based on the asset tag I cannot run the IRE rules, right, because asset tag again not populating from the discovery, that should be populating manually, right. If we are using manual source to update the CMDB, then we can use asset tag, but asset tag should be coming from somewhere. If it is not, then we cannot use, right. Again, if I go to other attributes, I'm not able to see anything, right. No, cost is almost same. So now I need to take a call here. These are really duplicates. These all CIs are really duplicate, and I have to remediate that one. Again, we have to be follow the same process. Let me take you one more example. Let me open this one, 17 records. So again, this is the printer one. Let me open this and go to the printer table. See, these all are again the same printers. 17 रिकॉर्ड, यहाँ पर भी सेम एसेट टैग, ओनली डिफरेंट है, और कुछ नहीं है, और कोई डेटा मुझे नहीं दिख रहा. तो अगेन दीज आर द डुप्लीकेट फॉर मी. दिस इज माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग सेज based on the IRE rules or based on the data analysis which I did. But before taking any action on remediation side, you must consult with customer or the CMDB owner or CMDB manager to understand or to see the informations ki why the records are created in printer table with the same name. What is the reason behind that? Is any specific reason? Or you can also do one thing. Just let me put, top discovery source, created by, or updated by. Yeah. So just make sure every time you looked into it, discovery source, who is created and who is updated. So here, if you see that are manually created, example, okay, discovery source is unknown. So now you can directly ask your customer, sir, these are manually created by that particular user. Why we are allowed to create that particular CIs in the CMDB with the same name? That should be unique. If it is that not unique, then definitely it should be showcased or updated as a duplicate, because identification rule running on the name, on the serial number and other things. Serial number is here blank. So what should we do now? Before taking any actions, you have to be consulted with CMDB owner or CMDB manager or your customer or your SPOC to whom we are working on that particular things. Right? So you have to do couple of investigation analysis before taking any action on it. I hope you're getting
Yes.
it, Gayatri. तो ये
Yeah.
ध्यान रखने की जरूरत है बस थोड़ा सा. और बताइए. I hope that is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी. और कोई point which you want to discuss?
वो इंपोर्ट सेट में कैसे करते हैं डिस्कवरी?
Import set? Sorry, come again.
मतलब वो जो ट्रांसफर मैप है ना, तो
हाँ.
वो लाइक डिस्कवरी में कैसे लाइक सोर्स टेबल टारगेट टेबल देते हैं ना, तो सोर्स
मैं आपको
टेबल कौन
बताता
सा?
हूँ. देखो सिंपल सा फंडा मैं आपको एक चीज समझाता हूँ. लेट मी ओपन दिस वन सबलाइन टेस्ट. ओके, आप ये समझिए कि आपके पास एक सोर्स है SCCM. ओके, जब when you are going to be do any integration or any transform mapping, what you are trying to understand what is the source, what attribute you are getting, and what is the target table, right? So SCCM है which is updating your Windows server or computer. Okay, now the point is Windows server and computer is needs to be updated by SCCM. What will be the target table for that? You need to be analyzed or you need to be asked to the customer, right? As a CMDB admin, you cannot ask कि यार विंडोज सर्वर की टेबल क्या होगी या कंप्यूटर की टेबल क्या होगी. दैट शुड you know, right? So example, the table is CMDB CI underscore win underscore server, that is for Windows, and CMDB underscore CI underscore computer, that is for computer, that is for computer table, right? So these are your target table. Now what you need to be understand, what is the what attribute is coming from the source. Example, attribute आ रहे हैं name, serial number, OS version, HD, RAM, or model, company. So these 10 attribute is coming from the source. Now you have to go to the computer table. Let me go to the computer table. See, okay. Now I'm open the computer table, right? Name, अब नेम किसके साथ मैप कर सकता हूँ मैं कंप्यूटर टेबल में? नेम में नेम के साथ मैप कर सकता हूँ, राइट? वी आर एबल टू सी दैट. लेट मी ओपन द वन रिकॉर्ड जस्ट इन सिंपल वर्ड्स. So this is my computer table. Name, I can see name already attribute है. So मैं एक mapping बनाऊंगा where I am going to be create or update name with name. Okay. So source पे मेरा name है, यहाँ पर name हो गया. The same way, what is the serial number? We have serial number as well. So we'll use serial number. Okay. OS. So OS is here, it's coming OS, but my at my side we have operating system, so I will use operating system. ठीक है? OS version, we have OS version as well. Okay. HD, hard disk, but we have not hard disk, we have disk space GB, right? So disk space GB. RAM, we have RAM. Model, we don't have model, right? Now let's see, do we have
Model.
we have model ID, model number, right? Now we have to be understand is that what is the attribute we are getting in the model, where we need to be updated in model ID or the model number. Let's, if we finalize, that should be updated in model ID. So let's update model ID. Company, we have company. Okay, so that we did that particular mapping to update it, right? This is, we, when we are going to use the straightforward import set or transform map, right? This is when we are going to use that one. We are doing that one, and when we run the import set, it will update the target table whatever we have, right? But while we are using a service graph connector, like SCCM, I already showcased you. So SCCM, we have this particular data source और import schedule. तो मैंने जैसा आपको बताया, डेटा सोर्स ये है. डेटा सोर्स में let me open the computer ID one again. मैंने आपको जैसे बताया कि क्या होता है, ये कंप्यूटर आइडेंटिटी का डेटा सोर्स है जहां पर JDBC कॉल करी जा रही है, राइट? JDBC की तरह कॉल करके एसक्यूएल सर्वर से ये पर्टिकुलर कमांड और ये पर्टिकुलर क्वेरीज कॉल की जाती हैं टारगेट सिस्टम पे. टारगेट सिस्टम मींस यहाँ पर टारगेट सिस्टम मेरा SCCM है, वहां पर ये कॉल की जाएंगे और वहां से कुछ डेटा कलेक्ट करके लाया जाएगा, राइट? वो डेटा जब कलेक्ट होगा वो किस टेबल में स्टोर होगा? वो इस टेबल में स्टोर होगा, इंपोर्ट सेट टेबल नेम में. अगर मैं इसको अभी खोल के दिखाऊं तो दिस टेबल इज ब्लैंक. दिस इज माय स्टेजिंग टेबल. स्टेजिंग समझ में आता है, राइट? So this is my staging table where data will be uploaded once we run that service graph connector, right? अब वो staging में आ गया, उसको target में लेके जाने के लिए we have robust transform maps. Now we are not using the simple transform maps. अगर हम simple transform map use करते तो we will do simple mapping here, right? And based on that we can pull the data, we can update the data, and directly the data should be updated to target tables. But we are not doing simple transform map, we are using robust transform map. Why we are using robust transform map? Because data not coming directly, data is coming in the different attributes, and we have to merge them and we have to map them to populate directly in the target tables. That's why we are using. So what is the transform definition we are using? That is a transform definition. अभी मैं आपको केवल ये अगर मैं रोबस्ट ट्रांसफॉर्म मैप को खोलता हूं, अब आप समझना ये ट्रांसफॉर्म यूज हो रही है अभी. लेट ओपन द कंप्लीट वन. ओके, यहाँ पर ये सारी वैल्यूज हैं जो मैं आपको बता रहा था कि CMDB इंटीग्रेशन स्टूडियो इंजन है, RT एंटिटी फील्ड्स है, RT एंटिटी मैपिंग है, फील्ड्स मैपिंग है. When you are looking to that particular data, you are going to be confused. You are not able to identify which table, which attribute is going to be map out on which one, right? Because यहाँ पे fields mapping हो रही है, then फिर entity mapping हो रही है, फिर RT की field mapping हो रही है, right? So it's going to be confuse you somehow, because robust transform map क्या करता है, सबसे पहले डेटा लेके, जब भी जो कोई भी डेटा आता है और जब टारगेट पे मैप करने जाता है, सबसे पहले उसको टैंप में स्टोर करता है. आप अगर देखेंगे तो टैंप में स्टोर कर रहा है यहाँ पे ये, राइट? फिर उस टैंप में स्टोर करने के बाद उसकी मैपिंग की जाती है कि टैंप से की वैल्यू मैप करी, एससीएम कंप्यूटर से टैंप मैप करा, एससीएम कंप्यूटर टैंप से सिस्टम सीरियल नंबर मैप करा, राइट? फिर नेक्स्ट फील्ड आती है मैपिंग. यहाँ पर ये एक्चुअली मैपिंग कर रहे हैं एट्रीब्यूट्स की, राइट? कि यू आईडी सीरियल नंबर इस फील्ड में आया, कहाँ पर अपडेट करा, ये कहाँ पर किया, बट इट्स लिटिल बिट कंफ्यूजिंग. अगेन, that's why the best solutions to understand that mapping is ETL Hub. Integration Hub ETL. That is a simple free plugin which you can enable, and just to see the complete mapping of it. It will give you the clear picture of it, right? And automatically whatever service graph connector or the transform map you are using, that will part or that will available here. So we have two service graph connector enabled on my system that you can see here. So one is SSM, one is SolarWinds. हम कंप्यूटर आइडेंटिटी की बात कर रहे थे. लेट्स ओपन द कंप्यूटर आइडेंटिटी अगेन हियर इन ETL हब. ओके, सी यहाँ पर स्टेप बाय स्टेप है. स्पेसिफाई बेसिक डिटेल्स. यहाँ पर आप इंपोर्ट सोर्स डेटा प्रोवाइड करोगे बेसिक, बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव एनी कनेक्शंस, वी डोंट हैव द डेटा. बट whatever, if you want to see the mapping, select CMDB classes and map source data. You can go here and check. यहाँ पर ये देखिए 3-4 टेबल्स के साथ डेटा मैप है. कंप्यूटर आइडेंटिटी कंप्यूटर के साथ, SCCM कंप्यूटर आइडेंटिटी सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टेंस के साथ, SCCM कंप्यूटर आइडेंटिटी सॉफ्टवेयर पैकेज के साथ और की वैल्यू के साथ, राइट? आप इनकी मैपिंग को एडिट कर सकते हो, और एडिट क्लास और एडिट मैपिंग. एडिट क्लास करोगे तो आप ये समझोगे कि डायरेक्ट टारगेट टेबल जा कहाँ रहा है, डेटा यहाँ पे कंप्यूटर टेबल में जा रहा है, राइट? यहाँ पर अगर आप एडिट एसोसिएटेड क्लास करोगे तो ये देखोगे कि यहाँ पर डेटा जा रहा है सॉफ्टवेयर्स में, राइट? सो ये यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो. बट अगर आपको मैपिंग एडिट करनी है तो यहाँ आप सिंपली जो मैपिंग आप वहां पर देख रहे थे, दैट सिंपल मैपिंग इज आल्सो अवेलेबल हियर. अगर मैं आपको एग्जांपल दूं, सोर्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम सोर्स कैप्शन 1, अगर मैं यहाँ पर आऊं उसी में आपको दिखाता हूँ. टारगेट फील्ड इज ऑपरेटिंग. Start operating caption. Yeah, see, so we have one field caption, u underscore caption, target field is caption, and it's going to be SCCM this. And अगर इस caption को मैं यहाँ देखूं, यहाँ पर तो ये मैपिंग है. एक सेकेंड आपको दिखाता हूँ. सी, सो अगेन कैप्शन की मैपिंग पहले देखो टैंप में करी, फिर कैप्शन को कैप्शन से मैप टैंप में किया, फिर इंपोर्ट में किया, राइट? सो अगर अब आप ये समझिए कि मेरे को यहाँ पर सिंपल, मैं यहाँ पर देख पा रहा हूँ कि ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो है वो कैप्शन के साथ मैप हो रहा है, बट यहाँ पर मुझे नहीं पता चल रहा है कि वो कैप्शन की वैल्यू या ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम की वैल्यू कैसे आ रही है, राइट? आई सर्च फॉर कैप्शन ओनली. इफ आई कंट्रोल एक्स, इफ आई सर्च हियर कैप्शन, सी कैप्शन के साथ मैप हो रहा है, कंप्यूटर ओएस के साथ मैप हो रहा है. यहाँ पे ये देखिए, सो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इज कंप्यूटर ओएस. सो अगेन temp computer record dot caption 1 is mapping with computer OS, and it's going to be target mapping using SCCM computer temp to computer, right? But it's little bit confusing. जहाँ पर मुझे ETL हब में डायरेक्टली पता चल रहा है कि मेरा ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम कैप्शन 1 से मैप होने वाला है, राइट? एसेट टैग मेरा u अंडरस्कोर एसेट टैग CCF से मैप होने वाला है, और जो एट्रीब्यूट मैं यहाँ पे बात कर रहा हूँ वो एट्रीब्यूट यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है राइट हैंड साइड में. All attributes are available here, right? So if I need to be modify that one, I simply once we have enabled it, I simply modified whatever the attribute, or I can simply write a simple script as well to do the same thing whatever it's doing from robust transform app. So ETL is just give you the visibility and direct visibility to understand the complete mapping and to understand the complete things, where robust transform map is just giving the confusion. So that's why I'm ignoring the robust transform map. Whatever I'm doing anything or any service graph connector mapping, I just simply use that ETL hub, where it's give you the where it's give me the clear correct or correct clear visibility to understand that. I hope you are getting it now.
Yes. So here we can change also field according to our
Yeah,
requirement.
definitely everything you can change, because we don't have any data as well. That's why we are not able to do that. But we can change. If you see the transform data, see assign to, set assign to, baseboard serial number cleans up, set cleans up baseboard serial number. So this is the mapping. You can also check whatever the data are coming and where it's going to be updated. All mappings, all record and 10 records will be updated here just to see the mapping, complete mapping to understand it, right? What is happening, and based on that, the mapping is here. So you can change the attribute, you can update the mapping, you can modify that class as well. If customer says, I don't want to be map the data to computer table, right, as I mentioned, so you can edit the class and you can map the data to personal computer table as well. That can also possible from ETL hub. So in that case, you no need to be touch the robust transform map. Whatever you are going to be update here, that is automatically going to be update on the robust transform map as well. Okay, but you have to little bit careful while you're working on the robust transform map, just to understand and to see the complete mapping and complete attribute things. That's it.
Okay.
So it's not a big deal. Basically everything is available here. So because that is that simple or the best things to use it while you are doing anything, any mapping. Let me give you I think you are using that one, load data. Okay, so you're using that load data to import any type of data, right? If I
Yes.
have, if I have a table, if I have a Excel, let me create one, the complete Excel, just name, serial number, or RAM. I'm just using three attribute now. Name is Ajay, AK, and the Gayatri. Okay, serial number is 111122222244446666. Okay, RAM is 20, 25, 30, or 40. I'm just using this one. Let me save this one. Test. Okay. Now let's example. I'm just loading the data. I'm just creating one new table. Test data load. Okay. File source is my file. Let me go here on directly desktop. This is my file. Let me open it. Submit. Okay. It's data. Task data is load that is created on this particular staging table. Let me open this staging table for you. See, so the four records are created here, all four, that starting from 0. If I open this one import set, you can see these are the four records. Let me open this one as well. Oh, see, so name, serial number, and RAM, that whatever I have put it, right? So this is one record. The same way all four records are available, and that is created in my staging table, right? Now if I go here and create transfer map, now what I need to put a transform map name. Let me push that data load. What is the target table where I need to be upload? I need to know that one. Like let me update on computer table, right? Do we need to be done? We have mapping assist as well. They can do mapping assist, where we are going to be map the fields like name. Its name here. We need to be update the name from here in the target table. So right hand side I have target table. The target is computer. Here source table is test data load. Right. RAM. We have, oh shit, that not required. That's not required. RAM. Let's take an example. I need to be map RAM with disk. I'm not mapping with the RAM. So that's up to us. Right. Then we have serial number. Then we have serial number here as well. Okay. Now we have three fields mapped. Right. Save. Again, what is the unique on which on that should be update, right? So let me put Uni's college is my serial number. So if the same serial number available, that will not create or update, right? So I just put this one. Okay, now let me run the transform. Right, that is done. Transform history, you can see that 4 records are insert because all are unique, and that should be available on computer table. If I go to computer table, CMDB underscore CI underscore computer outlines. Right, so if I go to where is updated by, see the 4 records which I updated here, that is updated here. Whatever the serial number I put it, whatever the mapping I did, and that is, you can see, created by. And if I'm not wrong, let me showcase you. And the same thing which I did from here, there means here, you can do the same things from here as well. You just create a new. If you want to do some mappings and if you want to do something, you can also do it from here as well. You can put the import sets, whatever the table you want to be used, whatever the application you want to use, data source. So basically that particular is ETL is going to be used for data or discovery source, whatever the out of the box available, right? It's not applicable on the transfer maps or the load data, whatever we are running from here. But if something coming out of the box which is available by service now as a service graph connector or import sets or any data source, you can use that simple this ETL transfer map here. So I hope now it's clear to you guys.
Yes, Ajay.
और बताइए गायत्री, इसके अलावा what we can discuss, what issues you are facing.
और वो जो CI में वो सजेस्टेड रिलेशनशिप आता है ना, वो लाइक वो ऐसे वो जो CI के अंदर रिलेटेड आइटम्स में होता है, वो सेम होता है क्या?
हाँ, मैं आपको बताता हूँ, एक सेकंड। मैंने अभी विंडोज सर्वर टेबल खोली है। यहाँ पे हमने एक सर्वर डिस्कवर किया था, ये वाला, ये देखिए, ये हमारे रिलेशनशिप्स हैं जो हमने विंडोज सर्वर डिस्कवर किया था, राइट? इसमें रिलेशनशिप्स आ रही हैं कि मेरे पास कंटेन करता है ये वाली कॉन्फ़िगरेशन आइटम्स को, होस्ट करता है ये वाली वेबसाइट को, और एप्लीकेशन रन करती है माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आईएस वेब सर्वर। दो चीज़ हैं, दिस इज एड रिलेशनशिप CIs, दिस इज माय सेटिंग्स, और दिस is my show dependency map. So let's start with the show dependency. So when you click on the dependency map, it will showcase you a application dependency to understand how the relationships is being running on the particular device. If you see, that is my Windows server, right? So these are the relationships. So what is the relationships with that reference? So that particular CI with Ethernet adapter have reference connection, that is also contained by its reference. It's a reference or contained by this is this, and also that all relationships are available. In the top of it, if you go, this is upstream. It runs on IIS webs and host on host, right? That are the relationships available here. Websites, this is host on host and runs on runs. That is also showcasing here. Right now, if you want to go a little bit dig down to understand, so there are a couple of filters available, right? If you've gone to go for max level, you can also then max level. If you want to CI depth, if you want to especially filter out based on the CI type, whatever you want to do, you can do it, right? You can apply that particular filter. Like if I apply this one and if I run it, if any other mapping is there to that level 10, we can also see it here, right? But that is not there, that's why it's not visible, right? So we can do that one. Second thing, this is add relationships. This is you are talking about suggested relationships one, right? यहाँ पर if you see, that is the all relationships whatever you are able to just see, like I just showcase you contained by, runs on runs, used by, contained by, these all are the relationships. If you want to add any other relationships, right, so this is a relationship editor. If you want to add any relationships, you can add relationships directly from here. These no need to go on the CMDB rel CI table. Let's take an example. If I just want to create a depend on, so if you see, when I'm changing anything here, this is my suggested relationships. Automatically, the CI relationships is also going to be changed here, right? And you can see that particular informations as well. These are my configuration items. So let's take an example. I just want to create a depend on this. If I run filter, and let me, IP address is not there. Let me do one thing, hide CI relationships, that is hide. Okay, now let's take an example of this configuration I just want to use. Here it is, yeah, it's not coming the correct way. Yeah. Hide user relationships, whatever, run filter. Let me run it one second. Depends on. So basically, if you see, that is my downstream application relationship, that is my upstream relationships. We just want to create a new relationships. We can select that one. Let's take an example of this I have selected. Please select the item, the configuration item. Okay, let me select one configuration item, this one. Let me see. So you can create one more relationships here directly, right? Upstream relationships or downstream relationships. So that is just, if you feel that relationships is missing, so that is suggesting you, a relationship editor is suggesting you the relationships which you can create directly from here without going to the target table or without going to the relationship table, that is CMDB rel CI. So we have one more table, this CMDB rel CI dot list. So without going to that particular table CI relationships, you can create relationships from using the relationship editor. That is just showcasing that one. But I'm not suggesting that one to follow up. Make sure just to understand the complete things, where and how the things is populating, and based on that you have to be create the relationships directly from here CMDB CI relationship table, not from the relationship editor, right? And the third is settings. So again, what level of relationship you want to be filter out, you want to be see it. If I just want to be host on host, we can filter apply at that particular host, right? What level you want to be see, we can click on that level, right? We want to be split and merge, like this is downstream relationships, that is upstream relationships, we can do that. If I merge, it will showcase it is flat or tree, whatever we want to be see, we can see it, right? So whatever the conditions, whatever the filter we are putting, we can see that particular informations here. That is all about. So Gayatri, I hope that is clear.
Can you go to CI class manager? And
Yeah, definitely. Yes. Hmm. You are talking
Like,
about here as well, that suggestion relationships comes, right?
हाँ, तो इधर जो आता है ना वही सेम उधर भी सेम आता है क्या, like it is
Yes,
relations.
definitely. So ये क्या है ना, ये जो suggested relationships यहाँ पे दिखा रहा है, ये complete है कि आपकी जो relationships है एक विंडोज सर्वर की, ये relationships हो सकती हैं, राइट? ये नहीं दिखा रहा है कि ये रिलेशनशिप्स डिस्कवर होके आई हैं, ये केवल आपको गाइड कर रहा है कि ये रिलेशनशिप्स हो सकती हैं आपकी। अगर आप विंडोज सर्वर पे कोई रिलेशनशिप्स बनाने जाते हो तो आप इसको एक बार फॉलो करो और बेस्ड ऑन दैट आप रिलेशनशिप्स बनाओ। ये आपको रिलेशनशिप टाइप्स दिखा रहा है कि ये इनिशियलाइज बाई होगा। अगर आप मान के चलिए कल आपको एक आपका कस्टमर आके कहता है कि आपकी मतलब डिस्कवरी से जो रिलेशनशिप्स आ रही हैं वो ठीक है, कल को वो आके कहता है कि मुझे विंडोज सर्वर से एप्लीकेशन की एक रिलेशनशिप्स बनानी है, विंडोज सर्वर से एप्लीकेशन की एक रिलेशनशिप बनानी है। नाउ यू आर थिंकिंग व्हाट एप्लीकेशन व्हाट रिलेशनशिप टाइप्स विल बी द गुड टू क्रिएट एप्लीकेशन रिलेशनशिप्स। डोंट वेस्ट टाइम हियर, जस्ट कम हियर एंड सी द रिलेशनशिप्स टाइप, राइट? सो just try to understand where is application now, right? So let's take an example. Receive data from C. Here is application. So what will be the correct relationship type? Runs on runs. In the top you can see,
Yes.
right? So it will give you the clear picture and the relations, correct relations type, relationships types which you can use. और now आपको लगता है कि आपने सब कुछ चेक कर लिया that relationships types which you are looking that are not there, you can also create one new relationships type here. Relationships type you can select here, like example cools, I'm just selecting this one, and I'm just selecting with data center example. So I'm just selecting with this. So I can create this relationship types as well. So this is also can be suggested for the, right? So one relationship type will be created here. Let me showcase you. So this is give you clear picture about what the relationship types you can use. So I just created one cooled by cooled, something is should be there. Here it is. Yeah, this one, see. So that relationship types is available here. So it's just showcasing us, it's not confirming कि the all relationships types available in that way, और it's not confirming कि discovery से discover हुआ है वो सारी relationships types ये हैं। ये बता रहे कि ये सारी रिलेशनशिप्स टाइप आती हैं, जैसा आपका डिवाइस होगा, जैसे आपकी डिवाइस की कॉन्फ़िगरेशन होगी, उनके बेस पे हम कर सकते हैं। और अगर आपको लगता है कि इफ यू वांट टू क्रिएट मोर रिलेशनशिप्स, यू जस्ट नीड टू फॉलो दैट सजेस्टेड रिलेशनशिप्स फ्रॉम हियर। ठीक है?
Yes. हाँ.
हाँ जी, और बताइए इसके अलावा। Any other thing where I can help out, Gayatri, or anyone else who have joined this particular call? AK, if you have any questions, if you want to be discuss anything, feel free to ask.
No, अभी as of now I am good. और मेरा एक क्वेश्चन ये है कि इन फ्यूचर लाइक कुछ डाउट्स आते हैं लाइक प्रैक्टिस करते वक्त, तो कैन वी प्लान सेम डाउट सेशंस?
That is dependent on my availability. I cannot assure, I cannot confirm on anything, but you can ping me on WhatsApp. So if something is there, I can definitely try to help out. But
नो
on
जो
the session side, I cannot confirm.
मीन्स जो अपना सीएमडी वाला ग्रुप है उसमें चेक करके कि सबको अगर कुछ डाउट है तो एक सबके साथ डाउट सेशन मीन्स।
No, you can do it, but it depends on my timing as well, right? If I'm not available, you can, if you want to do internally with your team or Gayatri and also, I'm okay with that, right? I don't have any issue to do that. But it depends on my timing. If I'm not available, I don't have the timings, that should not be, I cannot do that particular type of sessions. But if you put your query on that particular sessions or a particular group, I will help out to revert on that particular queries by whenever I get a time. Gayatri, anything else? Anything else, guys? Or we are good for today?
Yeah, good, Rajat.
ठीक है तो as I mentioned, if you are still facing any issues, definitely you can ping me out on WhatsApp. I will try to revert on that particular things. If still, if I feel कि, lots of issues are there, and if you feel कि your session required, and then we'll think about it, we'll plan it based on my ability and based on your ability. I cannot confirming you anything as of now कि हम करेंगे, but I will think of it कि यार अगर if required and that something required, definitely will do that.
Sure, Rajat. Thank you.
ठीक है? Yeah, sure. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Have a wonderful, learning.
Thank
And
you.
and just again, thank you guys to be, good learner or good listener to that particular training sessions. But the thing is only just try to implement or try to do some practical things on it. Don't, you know, uh, basically just try to work or ask something on your organizations where whenever you're working or wherever you're working to give some task related to the CMDB or the discovery, so your learning will be going smooth and you can learn more things, right? So that will be good phase to be start something on that side. So all the best for that, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajat.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.